Good morning everybody, welcome back. Day 40, back on the trail, heading towards Big Bear. It's a little bit windy at the moment, so I'm not going to record along. Hello everybody. So sorry to get out the wind, it was a bit windy earlier on so I couldn't really record anything. So we're back on trail heading to Big Bear now. Like I say, we've just come under the I-10 highway bridge in the underpass, and we bumped into Mama Bear, who was one of the trail angels who puts food on for everybody. So all the hikers passing through now have all pulled over, dropped our bags, and got a lovely little seating area, ice cold beer, and lots of food for everyone to try.
Do you need to take anything to go? A little fruit, a little baggie of potato chips. Speak for yourself.
Thank you. Okay. I had a lot.
Okay, good.
And what was beautiful,
Thank God.
out of the kindness of her own heart, she just comes and brings cold sodas and beers and Gatorades.
I took a picture of just the women. I like to post to the women of the PCT. Of course. I do want to. If you could just all stand.
Got a makeshift sign. Lots of water for anyone to drink. It's just a lovely little gesture. Very kind, and everybody's just doing a little photo selfie. I think they're quite keen on the women of the PCT here. There's a huge buzz about it. Like women, especially solo females, they're very brave, so everybody's really keen on sort of giving them a bit of praise and making sure they're safe, obviously. So yeah, great first day back on the trail. Fellow hikers again. I think we've seen that there's a massive contingent of Europeans and Australians here, and so there's not really many Americans in this point at the moment. Hello, so we've got about a 10-mile walk now. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon to get to the tent site. There's a wind farm along the way, which again is supposed to be something nice to pop into. So we're going to have a pop into there, get camped up and go again. The funny thing is we've packed 9 days of food, so we can do like a long stretch, because obviously we've been interrupted so many times with the weather and we've not really had a chance for a long stretch yet. So we've packed like a lot of food, and then the first place we stop is just giving us more food, so we've still not touched any of our food. I weighed it just before we came out, and it was £5 of just actual food before we even sort of had all the rest of the things like our equipment, our sleeping stuff, our normal backpacking, and that was not including water. So we're going to be carrying a lot of weight today, a lot of weight tomorrow, but obviously slowly start eating it down. But what a lovely treat, and this is our first sort of sit down trail magic, and thank you so much, Mama Bear. So again, like we say, the trail angels do it out of the kindness of the heart. And under the underpass, this is Mama Bear's little zone. So what a lovely treat. Hello everybody, welcome back. I'm currently on mile 212, just coming up to the wind farm. If it's a little bit windy, I do apologise, but as I say, you don't get a wind farm, not wind. Just letting you in. So yeah, we're just about to enter section C on the PCT. So we've done obviously section A and B. I'm just gonna show you the little sign. yeah. So that's where we're trying to get to today, just along there. And as I say, wind farm ahead. It's a beautiful day. There's my jaw. Just see this, but we'll see if we're allowed to camp in the area because it's not like a nice tent site. Hopefully we'll find somewhere to go and rest up for the night. We had a lovely trail angel meet us today, Mama Bear, with some trail magic. It's been a lovely day to get back on the trail, but it's true what they say, a little bit of kindness just really puts a spring in your step, and it's made us feel so much more at ease. We're coming back on the trail, and even getting like a can of pop to take away with you, to have an hour or two down the trail. It stays a little bit cold, but not really cold, but it's just another little bit of morale boosting. So yeah, good day.
You isn't the right thing to do. How can I ever change things that I feel? If I could, baby, I'd give you my world. How can I, when you won't take it from me? You can go your own way, go your own way. You can call it another lonely day. You can go your own way, go your own way. Tell me why.
Welcome back, everybody. So we're still on our way to the trout reserve. I think it's about mile 220. I'm just really enjoying this landscape. It's got a lot of elevation and drops, but it's done so gently, so it's not like a straight up gradient. It's a lot of switchbacks and a lot of sort of low, slight like ups and downs, so it's really nice underfoot. As you can see, it's a nice path to walk on as well. From the I-10 highway to now, it's probably been one of the nicest stretches I remember doing so far on the PCT. It's nice and breezy up here. It's still warm, but the breeze is just so refreshing, and there's so many sort of plants and wildlife out and flowers, and it feels like, especially with the wildlife around here, the birds are really inquisitive and not really see you as a threat, so they're flying really close to you, and even at some point, like the hummingbirds and things, they're sort of within feet of your face, just having a good look at you and trying to figure out what you are and whether, like you say, you're a threat or whatnot. But the lizards, again, they're getting bigger, and I think that's probably because they're starting to come out of hiding now and getting plenty of food back in the system, so they're starting to bulk out. It's just a beautiful little area, and to be again surrounded in like a valley of mountains and things is just stunning. I'm just gonna pull in a second because there's a jogger out. There you go, no problem. So yeah, lots of new sights here. Like I say, a jogger itself's a new sight. Puts you to shame when you're walking, sitting talking about how tough the PCT is, and then someone runs past you. It's hilarious. But no, like I say, we're about 1.5 miles away from the trout reserve, which we've been told is cold running water, so flushable toilets, picnic benches, and sometimes on and off you might have some people selling sort of cold sodas and hot dogs and things, so we'll just see. Fingers crossed. The only negative side of this is what I mentioned yesterday, is we've actually done a huge food carry from our last stop, and carried food for sort of 7 or 8 days, and as of yet everywhere we've sort of stopped along the trail has had some sort of food available, so we're just carrying food which is better than not having food and being hungry, but it's very heavy on your back, your joints and your knees. But again, like I say, take it while you've got it, and obviously people are kind enough to take time out of their day to do some act of like trail angels or kindness or that sort of thing. The least you can do is afford them some time and talk to them a bit about themselves and their stories, and just be more social with everyone, really. I think that's what I'm starting to notice along the trail now. We're no longer the early people out on the trail. We're hiking with people now who started 2 weeks after us, but obviously we've missed a lot of the storms and things that we got stuck in, so this is like starting to look like hiker season now. We've just met the first sort of group of hikers, large group of hikers we've seen since we first started, really, like 30-40 days ago. So the trail families are starting coming behind us now, and the group we've met today just seemed like such a lovely bunch, and when we were talking to them it sounds like their sort of plans for the next few tent sites sort of marry up with ours, so we might see quite a bit more of them. So that'll be nice, just to have some people on the night when you're putting up your tent, and the last hour or so before it starts getting dark and cold, it's just nice to have some social aspect of it and sitting and talking again. It's something we haven't had for quite a while now. So yeah, things are looking a lot more like the PCT we imagined, and like I say, when you're seeing flowers starting to bud and, like I say, all the wildlife coming back alive from hibernation, it's exciting times on the trail. And I know a lot of people sort of start at this point is where people start thinking to themselves, yeah, I'm getting tired now, my feet are getting blistered, I'm getting injuries, because we've took it steady and obviously had that week off due to the weather. Myself and Joe are kind of on really good shape. I'm sort of, I would say, about 90% fit. Like, I've got no major problems, just injuries I had before I came out on the trail, so nothing trail related. Joe's got a bit of, we're not quite sure what it is yet. It looks like it's a blister that's burst and then another blister formed, or maybe some sort of corn or something on her toe that's like a hot spot burning a little bit when she's walking. So we're going to have a look at that. But yeah, full steam ahead for us. We're feeling fit, really happy. Don't foresee, apart from some sort of freak injury, either of us at all wanting to come off the trail for a long time yet. We're both loving the tent side of things, sleeping in a tent at night. It's yeah, the adventure and the experience we wanted is completely in full flow.
Go your own way. You can call it another lonely day. You can go your own way. Go your own way. Tell me why everything's turned around. Backing up, shaking up, so you wanna do. If I could, baby, I'd give you my world. Open up, everything's waiting for you. You can go your own way.
So came down off the mountains, crossed over the dried creek, and we're just arriving at the water reservation now. Just a little bit later than we thought. We didn't realise how hard it was going to be to cross the little river. It was really fast flowing, and poor little Joe, little legs, we couldn't film it obviously because we had to put the cameras and phones in the dry bag, just because in case we obviously lost our balance and fell in. But we are going to try and do some filming of some river crossings in the next few days. We've got quite a lot, I think, Someone put there's over 60, I think, to cross. So we'll have a lot of them to do, so I'll try and film some of them. But yeah, little Jo's legs, she's not made for crossing fast moving rivers. So she was getting blown about all over. But like I say, we're here now, and it's just beautiful. It looks like a sort of Caribbean feel island. When you look around, it reminds me a bit of Mauritius. We've been to Mauritius once, and we hiked a trail there called Le Mans. That was absolutely beautiful, like beyond words. This kind of has a little bit of a feel of that sort of environment now, where you're sort of in like a little valley with palm trees and lots of green, lush trees and plants. So yeah, it looks lovely. So we've made it to Whitewater Reserve for families and things to come and enjoy picnics in the park. So as you've just seen on my videos, like nice little water lakeland, and there's plenty of picnic benches, and there are tents all over. Families out having barbecues, as you can hear. It's absolutely beautiful. West rooms. Another 8 mile to Mission Creek, which is partly washed away, so we need to look at an alternative, but there is an alternative route available now. So when we get there, we're going to have a look at the alternative route. The plan was to get there today, but don't be surprised if this is the end of today for us. Like I say, we're here to experience the US as much as we're here to do the PCT, so this is another experience to add to our long growing list.
You stood on kneeling?
Oh, fresh yes. Oh, Joe's turn. Good evening everybody, that's day 41 complete, and as campsites go, this is pretty beautiful. And we're going to brave it tonight and do our next step closer to cowboy camping. We're not going to put the outer sheet on tonight, and we're going to lay under the stars in our little bug net. But if you're going to do it, what a view and what a place to do it first time this is. By far my favourite camp spot. Day 41 complete. It's just starting to get dark, and we've decided we're going to leave the outer layer off tonight and see how it goes with it. So this is us in our tent on my little trotters. Good morning everybody. It's 6 AM today on the day 42. I woke up really early this morning, so I thought I'd go for a little wander while Joe was having a sleep. Look at the stunning area we're in really. I might even catch a sunrise if I'm a bit lucky. If you look straight down there you can see the tent. This is just an amazing campsite. So I thought it'd be nice to watch the world awake really. Woke up this morning, looked around and felt like I was on the moon. These are the sort of adventures you just dream of really as a kid. Just being able to wander about and see what's going on. There's so much more to this place than just hiking. It's breathtaking at times. Yeah, I could get used to doing this for life. But yeah, we've got a long day today. I think we're going to try and do 12 to 15 mile. If I can wake Joe up a bit earlier, we might be able to set off earlier than we usually do. Good morning everybody. Day 42. Nice early start this morning. Woke up really early like I said. And we're out on the trail. So if you can see right far in the distance, the riverbed, that's where we camped last night. It's now about 9 o'clock. I think we've done about a mile getting up at the height. It's already about 30 degrees. So in America that's double it, 60 at 30, 90 degrees Fahrenheit. So it's going to be a hot one today. We already looked at the weather and we can see today. So we might take that up today and have a bit of a rest out of the sun. Last night was my favourite experience on the trail. We swam in a river, washed my clothes, went to bed clean, and we didn't put the cover on and laid under the stars all night. So one step closer to cowboy camping. So yeah, great night all round. So I'm back in my nice shirt again. Just had a bit of a stop there for an hour or two. Well, about an hour. Joe had a few of the Facebook page updates to get on. She's fallen a little bit behind, so she's trying to get some on while we had some signal. We just don't know when we're going to get signal again. Like I say, I washed my shirt in the river this morning, so it's feeling clean. I've just had it in my bag so it's dried. Hello everybody. So we've got to the creek and the temperature now is about 40 degrees, which in American terms is about 110. So we've decided to try and make a little shelter and stay in the shade because it's absolutely boiling. So this is Joe's, who's just gone for a little sit in the river, but I won't show you that. And mine, again, just trying to get in the shade for a little bit. There's no shade here at all. Totally open to the elements, and 40 degrees is just a lot for us to take coming from the UK. So we're trying to stay cool a little bit until the temperature drops. We got here about noon, 12 o'clock. It's now about 1 o'clock, and we're just trying to keep cool really. But it is absolutely boiling. So I've got a wet t-shirt over my head, and it's the creek where we're headed down there. It's the water coming down it. So we'll going to be walking through this for the next 2 days probably. Like I say, absolutely no shade available anywhere that we can see. So we're going to have to try and be careful and make our own. We haven't decided yet whether we're going to take the detour or the normal route. As soon as we know, we'll let everybody know. But until then, we're going to go back under our umbrella and stick a wet t-shirt over my head until I can cool down a bit. Bye for now. Hello everybody. So we're now on mile 230, walking down Mission Creek, and this kind of gives you an idea of what we're dealing with. So obviously it's been washed away. There's not a lot left of it. The trail's gone completely, so you're kind of just having to head in the right direction, and every so often you might see a marker that's still left standing. There's quite a lot of water crossings, backwards and forwards. It's not that deep or powerful really. It's quite easy to get across at the moment, but I am under the impression it's going to get a bit harder further down. So what we're kind of doing at the moment is just heading in the direction we think's right. Kind of looking to see footprints are there so we know someone else has been that way. But at the same time, just heading up the stream really. Eventually we'll get to the end. I think we're going to have to jump over again here. But as you can see, it's just in a bit of disarray. It's a beautiful location. Nice little wind tunnel as well, keeping us nice and cool now. Like we said earlier on, it got really, really hot. I think it got to around about 35-40 degrees. So we were just trying to stay cool the best we could really. So yeah. Just jumping backwards and forwards. I'm going to put my camera away in case I drop it.
Go your own way. Tell me why everything's turned around. Backing up, shaking up, so you wanna do. If I could, baby, I'd give you my world. Open up, everything's waiting for you. You can go your own way. Go your own way. You can call it another lonely day. You can go your own way. Go your own way.
Hello all. So Mission Creek continues. We're on about mile 231, maybe 232, and it's just desolate nothingness for all around you, just on a constant basis really. You have a very thin stream to the right of you, which is just kind of like a slow moving stream, and then on the left you've got the faster sort of flowing water. So far we've done about 10 mile on this, and we're on about river crossing 21 now. It's just because of the shape of the route or where you're heading. As you can see, there's somebody quite far in front of us. You've got to follow the stream in a way, so you're kind of doing like a racing line where every now and again, if it's going left, you try and keep tight to the left. If it's going right, you keep tight to the right, and sort of just hopping and jumping over all the time. But as you can see, there's no actual path to follow or route, so you kind of every so often having to get your map out to have a look at which route you're taking, or hope that the person in front of you is going the right way and try and follow the existing footprints really. Like I say, the water's pretty fast. It's not enough to take you off your feet or anything, but if you come to a random deep spot, it's a bit like a shock to the system, and it sort of knocks you off balance, and then that's when you could have a fall. But also at the same time, you've got the opposite option. Because you can't see where you're walking, there might be a boulder in the water that you trip over and lose your balance again. So you've just got to take it slow and steady all the time. But like I've said before, we came out here for adventure, and this is sort of adventure in its best really. I feel like we're a bit lost on an island and trying to find our way home really. So yeah, childhood dreams, being a castaway. The problem is when it's real, it's not as fun. But we're getting there. We're hoping to be quite a far bit on today anyway. Certainly do more than miles that we've been doing recently. We're just plugging away at it. And then once we get out of Mission Creek, get to Big Bear, get refreshed, and hopefully back on a normal trail, and we can start up on our mileage again like we've been trying to do for a while now. So yeah, I'll let you know when we see anything more, but at the moment, for the last few hours of hiking, it's just looked like this constantly. There's nothing new to show you. So I'll like I say, I'll come back to you when I've got something. Taking away on the same parts, the Mission Creek. Just stopped for a bit of a water refresh. It's amazing that the water still looks brown until you filter it, and then it goes really clear. But what we are finding on Mission Creek is that it'll say 4 mile to the next sort of point of reference we want to get to, but because you're having to slalom through all the rocks and the debris and the down trees, and obviously there's no actual route, sort of 3 or 4 mile on far out is actually 5 mile or more actually on foot. So all the mileages that we've set ourselves as goals for the days, we're discovering we're miles away on, so not really going to plan. But we plod on and we shall succeed. And Joe just got a bag on. I'm ready to go again. Sorry, Joe's just fell over as I come back online. So we're at mile 235.5, and it's kind of like the old PCT route has been washed out by the hurricane recently. So it's kind of formed this little gorge. But when you look at it, it's like something out of Indiana Jones. Really cool. I feel like a big bowling ball's about to come rolling down at us. I'm gonna have to lay under it. But it's quite dodgy underfoot now. But there's a campsite just at the top of this. Sorry, I'm getting caught up by a bush. And so we're just going to try and walk through that and see where we go. But it's a really beautiful area. Hope it's not slippy. Nope. Like I say, it feels like a lost world, or somewhere where you find some dinosaurs or something at the end of it. But it's the nicest thing I've had to record for about 2 days, I think. But it's lovely. Hopefully we can get up to the top. Yeah. Yeah. But this is the kind of thing we've got now where the path's washed away. As you can see, Joe's in like the whitewash all the way down the bottom. But then on top of that, you've got like very, very sketchy no paths. Poor Jo can't get up, she's not got long enough legs. So yeah, happy days ahead, and we're about 2 minutes away from campsite and we can hear water. So it's another tough day down the barrel. Tent site here we can use, overlooking the vast flowing river, the butt crack of the canyon, let's call it. So this could be a good spot. It looks a bit stony down there, so we probably will have to camp up here, but at least we can get water and go back up. Joe's happy with this. Joe's called it, this is our home for the night. Good morning everybody, day 44. So today we've got 3 miles to the next water source, which is about 4,000 feet elevation. So that'll be quite tough underfoot on this sort of ground, hopping over trees and everything again. So a bit like on the San Jacinto mountain range without the snow. But that's not the worst part for today for us. I think once we get to that water source, we're going to have to fill up with about 5 litres of water at least, because after that the next water source is in between 12 and 15 mile. So long carry, heavy bags, really hot weather on really unstable ground. So it's going to be a really tough day. We'll see how we get on. Hopefully there's some sort of water along the way, but as it stands at the moment doesn't look like it. We're about a mile in up the hill, hence the heavy breathing. So I'm going to leave it at that, but probably got another 2,000 to climb, so we're probably going up there and then round. Hopefully if we get on the tops and some snow, we'll be able to melt some snow. That'll give us some water to carry, but we'll just see and play it by ear. But as you can see, the path has got a tree in front of it, so we're out to sort of walk around the edge on the narrow sort of footpath with a big drop off again. So like I say, very similar to what we went through the other week, thankfully this time not on snow. But with that, I'll leave you to it. So when we say the path's disappeared, this is what we mean. So that's where we're supposed to go around. It's been totally wiped out. I've just got over. But it's just a nice sheer drop. Again, with big trees, loose rocks. Also some of the rocks are on sort of thin branches, a bit like the game Kaplunk. You don't know until you stand on one of the rocks that it disappears underneath you, especially when you're nearly 20 stone like me, or you've got legs like Joe that are about a foot long, which is making it look easy.
Not sure about that. It's all made a lot harder because of the big bags on as well.
Yeah.
But you just don't want to be taking them on and off.
Yeah, exactly. But I've got a feeling this might be the first of a few like this.
I got a case of the restless legs, yeah, and tireless wandering.